The death of Diane Keaton has devastated Hollywood and fans worldwide. Before the mourning could settle, rumors spread about a stunning final decision. After 15 years in Brentwood, Diane sold her home. For those who knowing Diane, this was no ordinary house. A sanctuary, she loved every feature of her home. Her decision to leave this tranquil retreat provoked curiosity and questions. Was it personal preference? Was there a more sophisticated reason behind it? Rumors spread that Duke and Dexter, her adopted boys, may have affected this choice. Many believe Diane's skin disease at the end of her life could, despite disease and anorexia clouding her thoughts, she may have been more sensitive to influence. Expectations of a covert plan claiming her assets became mysterious. Diane made why such an odd choice? What did she own? Lived 79 years. View the whole video below to discover Diane's darkest secrets. Keaton. Before her death at 79 on October 11, 2025, Diane Keaton had a $100 million empire, mostly in California and other places. If Diane was defined by anything, real estate was Keaton's riches. Her homes weren't merely for living. She made art from them. Diane loved deeply architectural heritage from her real estate father. Kat put her heart and soul into every brick and mortar of her houses to piece of furniture. In Luzes, Diane owned Alfred. Frank Lloyd Wright's son designed the Newman residence. The Lloyd Wright designed Mayan Revival house dates from 1928, major Hollywood landmark with 2,700 square feet across 4 hillside levels. The house has pergolas, multi-level terraces, and private pool and intricate geometric elements mixed seamlessly to nature and architecture. Keaton bought the house in the early 1990s, decrepit, perceiving it as a rescue project architectural marvel. During renovations, Diane Keaton helped architect Josh Schwitzer retain original elements from ancient wood, concrete, and oxidized copper while adding modern features like larger areas, better flow, and incorporation of her furnishings. She made the house livable, classic and modern with antiques, rustic industrial details, and natural light, express her personality and refinement. Taste. House was a creative studio and dwelling. Where she pursued architecture. After years of home life and creation, Diane listed the Samuel Navarro House in 2018 and sold it. It sold for $9.25 million in 2020, making a huge profit. Original purchasing cost. The home watched her youth to adulthood. From an architecture enthusiast to a smart real estate investor, proof of her attention to detail. Construction materials to interiors design. Her Beverly Hills Spanish Colonial Revival mansion was renowned. Hills. Diane selected paint colors and furnishings carefully, celebrate California's classic beauty. After buying it in the late 1990s, Keaton and designer Stephen Shadley renovated the home, keeping its charm while adding a modern touch. Touch modern. She made the dull entry hall comfortable. Library with soaring ceilings and significant art collection books. Keaton replaced an old fireplace in the living room. Simple, clean design for open space and natural light. She also enhanced dining family room connectivity, employing massive steel-framed windows to let light in. Every element represented Keaton's elegance. Softer paint, raw wood, personalized furnishings, and decor. She harmoniously blended rustic and beautiful accents, created a warm, sophisticated space. The mansion held memories, inspiration, and Diane Keaton's art architecture passion. Further west, Diane owned a 20th, a century-old Tucson adobe. She thoroughly refurbished the home. Sold it in 2020 for $2.6 million, far more than the original $1.5 million acquisition. This shows Diane was more than actress and shrewd investor who can transform old homes into lucrative assets. Close associates said Diane's health dramatically decreased in recent months. She kept her condition quiet to protect her loved ones. From anxiety. Not even her closest friends knew how serious her sickness was. In solitude, Diane fought bravely. Her March statement was passionate. Decision to sell her permanent home. That home was a 2011 $4.7 million Brentwood, Los Angeles acquisition. Diane's commitment and ingenuity. Each brick, wall, every piece of furniture was carefully chosen and arranged. Once, she named it the house of all. She wrote the house that Pinterest built about its makeover. Her feeble physique made it difficult to keep even minor nuances. From her physical decline battled anorexia for years. Her childhood ailment forced her to little, making her skinny. As she aged, it left a lasting impression. Small shoulders, fragile bones, and weakness. Formerly simple jobs like painting or moving furniture became impossible in addition to anorexia. Diane had repeated skin cancer surgeries. Her skin became fragile and easily harmed, making sunshine danger to avoid. Her failing health and surgery tiredness made even simple chores difficult. Gardening, decorating, and cleaning become burdens. Diane listed Brentwood for sale March 20th to 25th. This decision was difficult. The house was her happy spot to write, read, had coffee, and bathed in morning light. But her weak body and low energy, she realized she couldn't maintain the home anymore. Big mansion with 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Keaton's personality in every detail touch was too much. Every cleaning, relocation, and garden career, feeble body struggled. She knew remaining would mean house couldn't be properly kept, something she had previously contemplated sacred. Thus, Diane Keaton listed the home 2 weeks before her death. The house full of love, passion, and creativity would be sold. But every wall and corner holds Diane's affection and memories. After her death, Diane had a rapidly worsening disease. According to a close friend, everything happened fast. It's heartbreaking for her loved ones. Friends shared in their final only close family surrounded Diane for months. Family decided to keep things discreetly, away from public curiosity, so she may depart gently just as she lived. Diane Keaton spent years happily in her Brentwood home. She liked her neighborhood, morning dog walks, and welcoming neighbors. Familiar sparkling smile. She had a lovely, hilarious spirit, a neighbor said. And meaningful. Diane had the traditional she was Hollywood chic but personable. A close source said these walks halted a few months before the terrible news. One Saturday morning, her staff came at her home, surrounded by ivy and memories. Diane Keaton died. The cause was unknown. Duke, 25, her son, was seen outside the residence wearing 2 crosses the next day, a subtle tribute to his renowned mother. Apart from real estate, she possessed other interesting possessions. Her 1964 Ford Thunderbird and 1970 Jeep I loved Wagoneers, which were worth hundreds of dollars, but reflected her classic yet unique style. The unconventional stock, fund, and film/book royalties investments added to her riches, although Diane never sought wealth. I worked to the main question after Diane's death: Iswo will inherit this huge estate. Diane Keaton never married, but had 2 adopted boys, Dexter and White, and Duke Keaton. 1995 infant Dexter Duke, born 2000, was adopted in 2001 and lives privately at 25. Her 2 children were her focus. She told Life magazine in 2005 that being her mother made her silently worried to protect them. Public will exists. Legal experts assume Diane created a family trust to distribute her assets. Hollywood often uses Dexter and Duke to dodge estate taxes, and legal issues. $100 million estate. Cash. The Brentwood home and royalties may be split evenly. Natural death divided her 2 children proportionally. The stillness of this terrible news brought whispers from a mystery source. People speculated that Diane's sale of her Brentwood property was just the beginning. Said that Duke and Dexter, her adopted sons, pushed Diane to sell the residence, her favorite, full of memories and affection. Rumors even stated her adopted children wanted her big fortune. She diligently maintained the big house, which became the center of distrust, questioning Diane's freedom and decision-making. Diane smiled in her final days, according to friends, that remained positive. Yet her gaze sometimes seemed distant, as if contemplating something unspoken. No one knew if she intended to sell the house or was persuaded was part of a secret plan only insiders knew. Rumors propagated online. News and forums add drama to Diane's serene appearance. Online rumors circulated that the Duke and Dexter had long plotted, waiting for their mother to weaken to execute their scheme. Diane, inheritance, and family ties. Speculative articles independents circulated, while some defended her, saying Diane Keaton was sharp and resolute and hard to manipulate. Despite rumors, Diane's legacy and image survived. Though her beloved house was sold, Her memories as a mother and accomplished performer remained. Independent people survive any conditions. Diane Keaton's biography and independence model remain relevant, of mysterious gossip, anguish, and imaginative attraction for publicly. Diane Keaton's life was an expression of creativity, freedom. She was honest and never pretended to be anyone else. Unique, authentic, and loving. Her final moments were peaceful and private, leaving a legacy of freedom and simplicity as well as film. Diane said in an interview, "Don't provide me instructions. Stop telling me what to say. My life is intriguing. That's enough." This may have been her best goodbye. Delicate, natural, and poised like a thoroughly lived woman. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. Her legacy will live on in film lovers and genuine people that she was. The actress said, I don't need anyone to think I'm cool," she said. Nature. Just live without showy appearances or outward praise. Authentically. For Diane, cool wasn't about being aloof or seductive, but about independence, which she loved throughout her life. Her April Instagram finale showed the actress beaming beside her beloved golden-haired dog, Reggie, longtime companion. Diane's death shocked entertainment industry friends and colleagues. Industry. Carol Byers-Sager, her song collaborator, first Christmas 10 months previously, she said she didn't know Diane was ill. Carol said she visited her 2 weeks ago. Though thinner, she's still joyful, her eyes shone. She ate my cookies. If enjoying every bite. That simple but touching image, possibly how Diane wanted to be remembered. Genuine, life-loving, and grateful. Small pleasures. Diane's home was extensively damaged by fire. Brentwood home, causing her to stay with friends in Palm Springs for 5 months. She spent more time with family, especially her 2 children, after returning, her biggest pride. She adored her kids, acting, and Carol said she enjoyed life most. She lived fully. Fullest. After her death, tributes came in. Her Father of the Hour co-stars Steve Martin and Martin Short dedicated stage time tour called Diane as the film's soul. Meanwhile, First Wives Club, B. Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Down to 2, Diane Keaton. I can't describe my anguish. Betta Goldie wrote, "We weren't ready, Diane. Losing you. You were so humble you wouldn't accept praises, but this time, love, you can't quiet me." Diane's 15-year partner Al Pacino was shocked by her death. He revealed they dated during Hollywood's golden age. Diane and era prompted Pacino to play his classic part. The Godfather may have been different without her. He said love and professional respect never left their relationship. Woody Allen, her ex-boyfriend, remarked, "I never cared about reviews of my work, only what Diane thought." This shows how many recall her honest, profound, and influential. She is Jane Fonda, Candice Bergen, and Mary Steinberg in her book club. Expressing grief. Actress Sarah Jessica Parker Diane said in Family Stone, "I'll always love these memories set with her since Diane's presence made life more wonderful." Diane Keaton stated she didn't worry about her legacy since it's complete. Perhaps she was right. A life of dedication, love, and laughter, Diane was a film icon and an example of authenticity, the coolest thing to do. Just hours after Diane Keaton's death, when talking about her mentor, Reese Witherspoon was emotional. She met Diane at 15 on her second or third audition. Diane said, "Who are you?" Ree replied, and Diane nodded. Diane became vital after that. Role model, teaching Ree acting basics. Ree stressed that Diane was more than excellent actress and strength and confidence inspiration. She always tackled concerns and showed others how to overcome desertion and underestimation. The 1991 TV film Wildflower co-star Patricia Arquette said, "My favorite is Diane Keaton, who will never be replicated." Her remarks convey the spirit of a film great who lived completely. Genuinely. Diane's acting and fashion skills stood out. Always courageous and independent, she was concerned about aging. Diane showed many celebrities that age doesn't limit profession or happiness. She stated, "Life only ends when you die, not when you turn 50. Born January 5, 1946, in Los Angeles, Diane Keaton entered the arts world. Her love of acting started young. Remembered feeling the need to perform at age 5. Joy found in the arts, I still need it, she replied. Diane tackles difficult challenges and emotionally charged projects were always opportunities to excel. Her 1960s Broadway roles included Hair and Woody Allen's in Play It Again. Sam, she won a Tony. Her Her acting abilities and unique style launched a successful cinematic career. Famed filmmakers noticed him, opening doors to Hollywood. In 1972, Diane made her breakthrough with The Godfather, by Francis Ford Coppola, as Michael Corleone's wife Kay Adams. This role propelled her toward an Oscar and cemented her film career. She won the Oscar for Best Actress in 1977's Annie Hall with Woody Allen. Actor, confirming Diane Keaton's international cinema legend status with unique wardrobe and acting style. In the 1980s, Diane went further. Her very emotional parts. Reds, 1981. As Louise Bryant earned her a Golden Globe for Shoot the Moon 1982. These years showed Diane's multifaceted character, an artist seeking challenges, not just a screen presence. The 1990s and 2000s saw Diane flourish in films like Father of the Bride, 1991, The First Wives Club, 1996, Something's Got to Give, 2003, her Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical for Something's Got to Give solidified her reputation as charming, bright, and sophisticated. At 32, Diane won Best Actress Oscar. Annie Hall Actress, a surprise and emotional win. A third Oscar nominee for Marvin's Room in 1997. She maintained unaffected by designers or fashion trends. Her eccentric posture childhood inspired his particular style, from black and white clothes to caps. In addition to playing, she directed Hanging Up. Her artistic concept for family dynamics was shown in 2000. Diane's hats symbolized and protected her skin following fighting skin cancer at 21 and covering hair she loathed. She even trained with she-used hats in Justin Bieber's music videos, demonstrating her ingenuity and rule-breaking. Her life revolved around music, Broadway, and performance. Diane photographed and preserved art in addition to film. From the 1970s, she published photo books like Reservations, Still Life, and Clown Paintings while protecting old Los Angeles LA architecture. Diane Keaton's versatility went beyond cinema, became art and culture, creating a lasting legacy. Over 5 decades, her career shows dedication, innovation. She was never married and worked hard at painting, but felt deeply connected to Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, and Al Pacino. Each connection was romantic and intricate, reflecting Diane's powerful, independent, and free love. That most famous partnership began in 1969 during Play It Again, Sam. They bonded fast. Relationship lasted years while working on films. Though they never married, they remained close friends. Diane stated her years with Allen were great, and they split for reasons only God and Freud understand. The connection later caused criticism, particularly her lengthy connection with Woody Allen, despite Allen's sexual misconduct. Abusing his adopted daughter Dylan Farrow, Diane stayed by him. Considering she wrote on X, Woody Allen is trustworthy and innocent, that my friend and I trust him. Her position was immediately criticized. The public and media, especially amid the Giroux movement, longtime friendship and artistic partnership on classic films with Allen. Though unmarried, Diane had a deep relationship with Allen until her death. In the late 1970s, Diane dated Warren Beatty on Red's 1981. Diane felt deeply connected to her work and life partner after several years of love. She called Beatty fascinating, secretive, and talented, kept their friendship after parting ways. Diane dated her co-star Al Pacino in the 1970s. Their love lived through several Godfather films, reunions, and breakups in the film series like real-life dramatic narrative. Diane claimed Pacino was the most fascinating man she had met. Gorgeous and charming. This relationship left a lasting impression. Diane proves that love may be meaningful without marriage. She had no regrets about never marrying because marriage felt like a jail. She lived her way, focusing on what mattered, valued family, friends, and joy. Diane was free and independent, yet enjoying love and great connection. With this perspective, beyond celebrity romances, Diane was dedicated, adopted 2 children. Dexter and Duke, in her 50s, believes parenthood has enriched her life. "Be there for my children," she stated, counting this as her greatest accomplishment. Resilience, unconditional love, and the ability to build. Diane Keaton made a wish before dying. Thoughtfully sold her Brentwood home, which she loved, renovated, and maintained. These homes had memories, passion, and her elegant lifestyle. By leaving real estate, Diane shown a resilient and practical lifestyle. Her enormous estate showed her brilliance and lifelong investment skills. Do you admire Diane Keaton's film, architecture, and lifestyle contributions? Do like and subscribe to follow Diane if her story inspires you to interesting tales of other Hollywood giants.